Him down at the 26-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
First down, here's Russ. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Going right side, Harris with it. And they had that one contained right at the line. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. Staying on the ground with Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Looking right, and he finds him. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. This one's taken in by Otten. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. It's White on the give. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Only a couple of yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense marching it downfield on their opening drive. Here's a 1st and 10 from the 47. From the gun, Mayfield. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Got his target, it's Otten. And they're gonna bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain there, gain of 10, 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Off to play fake. Here's Mayfield. Flushed out of the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Baker now from the gun. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Quite the opening drive they put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. 1st and 10, it's a give to White. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 21. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Trying the right side with White. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. Third down coming up. Mayfield now from the gun. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. On the return, here comes Austin. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Wilson now. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Now an inside handoff to Harris. Stiff arm success. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Harris once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing on third, Wilson. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Steelers looking at first and 10. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Ross out of the pistol. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk ask a thrower for something. It brings up second down. Throwing again is Russ. Completed here to Pickens. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. A 49-yarder in front of him here. Dicker connects there. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Bucky Irving now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their second drive. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Led him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Tried to find Mike Evans with that throw. So it'll be 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Throwing again is Baker. Gets it to him on the screen. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third down run from White. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The Steelers calling their first timeout as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. Calvin Austin on the return for the Steelers. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap for Wilson. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. And it's as we expected, partner. The call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that 1st down. They got the interference call on 3rd down, and that keeps this drive going with a new set of downs. First down, here's Russ. He's on the move. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Buccaneers scoop it up!
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The Bucs getting their offense out there just before halftime. They'll need to connect on something downfield first to get this inside of field goal range. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. So we're at halftime of this Sunday night matchup. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Rachaad White on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Tampa Bay sending its offense out to begin the 3rd quarter. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On target to Godwin. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down.
Mike Tomlin never afraid to tell the officials how he feels, and he's got the challenge flag out. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. A give right side to White. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Baker. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for White. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Completes this one to Otten. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. The give now to White. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Baker. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Here's White again. And he's brought down for a loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. He's got it on the bootleg. The throw is caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. White. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. On the return, here comes Austin. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Going to Harris to start the half. This is ahead for about 5. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka gets there to take him down. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the 31. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
1st and 10 give to Harris. And that's good for a gain of 5. That stop made by KJ Britt. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Second down here, another give to Harris. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Wilson now from the gun. Oh, what a stiff arm. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Here's Harris. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see, because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a 1st.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.